Hey folks, I just had some thoughts to share this morning about the nature of dark energy and the difference between dark energy and malevolent energy. You have to excuse me, I just woke up, but these thoughts come pouring out like in that kind of twilight transition before I wake up, so I had to share them now. Um, I've been revisiting the idea lately that was you'll see touched on in Native American shaman a lot, about how some of the voices in your head aren't yours, you know? Some of the influences out there from different dimensional beings that aren't on our vibration that we can't even really perceive, but they can get to our subconscious, right, through their influences, through dreaming and such. Anyhow, so I was kind of laying there thinking about all that this morning, and thinking, so I've been kind of trying to call out these negative thoughts that seem to influence and like try and maybe push us towards manifesting difficult situations in our lives, right? So then I thought to myself, well, how does that relate to shadow work and whatnot? Like we go inside, we see that our inner child has been acting out this pattern because of fears that it ingested, at a really young age, and we've been acting on it ever since, right? So we find that part of ourselves, we forgive that part of ourselves, we shed love on that part of ourselves, reintegrate that innocent child back into our heart space, okay? Now, the thing I was thinking of though, and what I was feeling is there's moments, these like moments of peak emotion where our heart space just goes boom, it's wide open, right? In these moments of peak emotion, sometimes they can be, emotions related to fear and stuff, right? That is when I think sometimes malevolent energy can attach itself to us and, kind of add to our negative patterns, cause us to get into these cycles of, going way down deep into our dark emotions and identifying with them, That's the word right there. You see that shit? That's what I'm talking about. I was sitting there before I made this and being like, dark energy might attach to you or negative energy. Both of those terms, dark and negative, we got to take those back, first of all. Because dark and negative are both associated with yin, both associated with feminine energy, the great cosmic womb. Yes, when you were in your mother's belly, it was very dark. Was it negative experience? Well, see, that's that word again. Was it malevolent? Because these entities, when we're really vulnerable and open to influence, that's when I think we get malevolent energy sometimes attaches to us. Don't get me wrong here either, everybody, because like I know, like everything is of source. Every We are one with everything. So even these dark entities, they do play a role. It, they have a purpose. The whole experience we have here, the experience as a whole, as on an individual level and on a collective level, has a purpose, right? Even our negative experiences. But sometimes, what we're supposed to be learning after a point is to have that kind of discernment, you know what I mean? Where this negative influence is trying to draw you back into one of your fear patterns, You'll start getting these thoughts in your head, and you really got to recognize that and call it out and be like, the fuck? Because you know, source at its origination is pure love. It's a different kind of, it's not this dualistic love where we become codependent or anything like that, but it is all love. And that is the point, really, We have these experiences to deepen our learning, And it is kind of frightening thinking, some foreign entity has been like influencing your thoughts and actions, maybe unbeknownst to you for who knows how long, right? Um, what else do I want to say about that? But in a sense, they are a gift, Just like when somebody pushes your buttons, it shows you where you still have blockages. You go, okay, well, when you reach a certain point of understanding, you start to almost appreciate that because you're like, you're showing me where I'm still not smooth yet, where things are still rough, and I need to, you know, look at that, look at healing those feelings, right? Okay, so that all ties into it, and I just wanted to share with you guys that thought that there's a difference between the darkness of your inner child having been hurt and some of the energies that can attach to you that try and influence you. Those you want to call out, um, you know, handle it how you will on a personal level, but you want them to back off. We are not, that our nature is not malevolent at all. That's not part of our our fundamental nature. All right, everybody.